Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Pokemon LeafGreen. Last time, we managed to get past Rock Tunnel, and this time, we're in Lavender Town. I might as well warn you all right now. You will not be able to complete this tower at all until you get a certain item. So, we're not going to be bothering of this in time in this episode, because frankly, there's no point in it. And this time, we can actually check out Lavender Town at least a little bit before we head off to the next area. This guy is Name Rater, which is the official name rater that allows you to nickname any Pokemon you want. So, in case you need any nicknames, you can do that with that guy right there. And this house is... Those horrible rockets, they deserve no mercy. That poor Cubon's mother, it was killed trying to escape from Team Rocket. Let that thing sink in just a bit. Team Rocket, that evil. Yep. So, yeah, Team Rocket did kill a Marowak in this game, and it's actually one of the more darker things. Ghosts appear in Pokemon Tower. I think there's spirits of Pokemon that Rocket's killed. Yep, vengeful spirits. Let's go to the Pokemon Mart and then head off to the left. So let's check out the Pokemon Mart. This shop actually does have some good items. This is Great Ball. Great Ball is better than Pokeball, at least better in terms of actual catch rates. You won't have to worry about too much when it comes to the Great Balls because their catch rate is so much better. So some Super Potions back up. I need at least 9 so I can have some HP healing. And then finally, I'd like to have some Super Repels. Super Repels are better than regular Repels, and they actually move like 200 steps. There we go. Alright, I'm all good. As much as I could burn through my money, I'd rather save the rest of the money for something else later, because we're going to need to keep a good amount of money on hand, at least. So, the next route... Okay, let's just switch our team around before we do that. The next gym leader is going to be the team leader that's going to be Drag's main gimmick, so... We're going to be using Drag and Anarchy more often than not, so let's actually continue on to Route 8, home to 2 new Pokemon. However, it's version-exclusive Pokemon that both evolve with a Firestone. So, what's a goofy round level Pokemon? Yeah, whatever. So, essentially, first Pokemon being Growlithe, a Fire type. Now, it's a mixed attacker. Growlithe is actually one of the better mixed attackers in the game, and I'll say, alright, it's a good Fire type if you pick that version. It's only in Fire Red, though, so unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get it. Also, another thing about Growlithe I should mention is its level-up move pool is shallow at best. Meaning, it's not going to exactly win awards when it comes to trying to get to a certain moveset. It doesn't even learn Flamethrower until level 49, the last move it learns. And its evolved form, Arcanine, does not learn any level up moves. Meaning, you're basically relying on TMs for Arcanine if you have got the Arcanine. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. So, that pretty much is a main draw about the dang Growlithe, and it's not exactly a bad Pokemon, mind you. It's a great mixed attacker, but if you're playing Gen 1 outright, I'll say outright that Growlithe is not a good choice because the special split hadn't happened yet. And unfortunately, the special split actually benefited it because it gained plus special attack. Of course, it lost special defense for it, but regardless of that, level 26. And besides that, though, Growlithe is a good Pokemon. It's high-speed Pokemon as well. So, the next Pokemon on this route for LeafGreen exclusivity is, sadly, Vulpix. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I saying sadly? If you're playing Gen 1, Vulpix is the better Pokemon. However, you're playing the remakes of Fire Red, Leaf Green, Vulpix is actually worse. Why do I say this? Well, it's because of one simple reason, and one reason alone. Vulpix's special stats in Gen 1 was its special defense. Was turned into a special defense, so that sucks, doesn't it? Which means you're doing arguably less damage, and it sucks outright. So, downside is Vulpix is going to be high speed, high special defense, but its special attack is not exactly something right home at. It only has 81 special. However, it does actually learn Flamethrower by level up far quicker, and it can evolve and learn level up moves without any problems. Its evolved form Ninetales is the same thing. It doesn't have really too many problems. It's just way faster. It's actually 100 speed, which is a good baseline. If you want a fast fire type, I'd recommend it. And it does definitely learn a lot better movesets because it can actually learn moves like Will-O-Wisp or something to lower attack stats. But besides that, Vulpix does have its own share of weaknesses because of its physical attack stat and because it's going to be bad against the fighting types. Not fighting types. Rock types and ground types, excuse me. Alright, let's go back into this battle. We just dig this Pokemon, knocked it out. Vulpix got obliterated by Dig. It couldn't even use poison. Alright, whatever. Vulpix is defeated. Anarchy gained experience. Kramer Rich missed the big chance. Yes, he did. The battles in this area are a bit unnecessary, I'll say outright. There's a lot of random battles. Let's see what Meowth has on in store. Fetch a berry. Oh no, what a tragedy. I believe this nerd has, I believe, several poison types. Nerd! You should be informed. You need strategy to win at this. I mean, Pokemon does involve strategy. You're gonna need a lot of strategy to win Pokemon battles, so... Spinner Gleam, we send out Grimer. Yes, I was right. Thankfully, though, it's just a Grimer. Let us use Dig and obliterate it. The downside of Dig is the fact that it has probably one of the lowest dang attack stats, and it's pretty bad in terms of power. I gotta wait until I can get a better ground type move, so unfortunately, I'm stuck with Dig. Fainted, and Energy gains 423, and Muck. It is stronger and more bulky. On likelihood, this thing's not going to go down by one hit. I'm going to use Thrash instead because Thrash is 90 power and actually has more PP. So, yeah, good. Critical hits. Nice. Knocked it out in one shot at least. 27. It's leveling up far faster. Grimer again. Okay, this is going to be annoying. Now, there are trainers coming up that are not exactly necessary. And in fact, I'll say outright, I rather not attack Mist. And now I'm confused. Great. Thrash again. Gonna do it again. Nope. Apparently, Anarchy does not care. It's missing Disable, and I'm just... Okay, whatever. Get out of here, you stupid Grimer. Before you ask, why didn't I switch out? It's because I'd rather not waste my time switching out for a poison type, because it's not good. It's not logical! By the way, you can avoid the trainers by going on this area and actually find some hidden items here. Let's use Cut to get rid of this. This is actually an area you can find Vulpix and Pokemon didn't like it. Frostberry, good for healing burns. Ayy! Battle. 10% encounter rates. Hi, Vulpix. So, Vulpix is a decent Pokemon, however, I think I'm going to accidentally knock it out because my sheer attack power. Okay, Peck was weak enough to do it. Alright. I can actually catch this thing for once. Vulpix is an interesting Pokemon, I'll say outright. It's actually one of the more cuter Pokemon, I'll say outright. It's actually something I really like design-wise. Older Pokemon games generally have some good designs, however, some are just very simple and basic. But besides that, though, let's get... Really? Really? Roar knocked me out of battle. Darn you, Vulpix. That dumb roar. Lumberry restores blasted any status condition no matter what. And of course there's Sandshrew here. I mean, I haven't caught one, but I really don't want to because I already have a ground type. I'm not catching it for my team, mind you. Lullaberry restores PP, so very good. Now, I'm trying to avoid some random battles because, frankly, these battles take forever and they are, frankly, not necessary in the slightest. It's part of the reason why I don't bother. Plus, my team's kind of over-leveled at this point because it's actually much better for me if I don't bother the battles. So actually, you can avoid that trainer by just going this way, and in fact, avoid him entirely. Another one of these underground paths over here, which will actually be beneficial to you. There are hidden items, but we can't find them yet because we need the item finder. Some hidden items are completely unfindable unless you have that item, so we're kind of stuck. You need to get a particular item in order to get past a Pokemon Tower, so we're not bothering a Pokemon Tower because of that reason. If you go over here, by the way, Whisperberry. I believe that is a status berry, if memory serves me correctly. I think it was resistance to ice. And look for it, and... Nope, it's powder for ingredients for medicine. Never mind. It's just one of those dang berries. There are the same Pokemon on this route, but however, we can't go to Saffron City in either direction because guess what? We'll get knocked out. I'm on guard duty. Use some very stuff. Wait, oh, there's Roseclose. Yep, we can't go to Saffron City. And in fact, you don't want to because the gym leader there is level 40-something, so don't bother. So, let's have Drag back in the lead. Alright, very good. Let's go into the next city, known as Celadon City, home of Rocket Grunt. Keep out of Team Rocket's way. No, I will always bother Team Rocket. So, there's Team Rocket here in Celadon City. Pokemon Center, would you like to heal your Pokemon for health? Okay, good. There we go. Very good. Thank you for waiting. We'll restore your Pokemon to full health. Alright. See you again. Flu awakens sleeping Pokemon. You know that. It doesn't sound like a sound that only they can hear. Sucks. From here is from future. Went uphill road and cycling road, so I'm exhausted. Had a bike and we go to cycling road. Yep. Cycling road is required with the bike, so you actually do have to get the bike at some point, otherwise you're not continuing on to the actual story. There are actually areas around here. Celadon Mansion as well as the Pokemon House. Ah, guys, got my tongue. This nice old lady in the mansion gave me some tea, but it was boiling hot. Gotta cool down and drink it. Yep. This is the department store. Celadon City is known as the Celadon department store. However, there's items there that we can get. However, I'll say this outright, there are certain items I can't afford, but thankfully, though, I actually have some nuggets still left. The department store actually has a lot of things available to it. Oh, welcome to some... Alright, okay. Alright. First counter, Trainer's Market, TV shop, drugstore, rooftop square vending machines. So, let's actually head to the top floors and see what Celadon's market has to offer. To begin with, there is the trainer helping here. This is actually TMs. Roar, Hyper Beam, Dig, Brick Break, Secret Power, Attract. Those are the moves that you can find here right now. But first, let's sell the items we have that we don't need. Hello, Nuggets. Go away, Nuggets. 5,000. Nice. Alright, Stardust. 1,000. Good. There's nothing else to sell for. They Repel, Imperil. Very good. Alright, good. Sell for that. Alright, those TMs are good. However, there's also potions, super potions, great balls, everything you found in the previous shop. You pretty much can find the same things here. Go up one more floor, by the way. This shop is a TV shop corner, which actually... The move I have in mind is Counter. I like the move I'm mining on, mind you. Counter is a move that basically reflects any physical attack back to the opponent at double the power. The problem is Counter has one weakness, is the fact that it will miss on a certain occasion, or it will actually fail if you happen to be a type that's not able to hit it, such as Ghosts. Ghosts are actually immune to it. However, we can't identify Ghost hits, so we're kind of stuck with this. Hello. I'm present with my girlfriend. I guess Pokeball will have to do it. It's a popular thing. Now, where are they? There they are. Pokédoll, Retro Meow, Firestone, Thunderstone, Waterstone, Leafstone. Each of these stones are important. However, the one I need to grab is the Thunderstone. Let's buy one of these. Alright, good. Actually, no, I need to buy that and a Waterstone because it's actually required. You can buy these stones. The only ones that you cannot buy outright is a Moonstone. Moonstones are unbuyable by nature, because you have to find them in Mount Moon, and there's more in Mount Moon location, and I do need to get more of them, but we kind of are stuck about them because of certain items. Alright, there's an item shop up here. There's actually the dang medicines. These will permanently raise the status condition of any Pokemon, any status point. So, essentially, this is good in case you want to focus on particular stats for a Pokemon. They're more useful and competitive, so it's actually pretty good. These are more of the medicine items for battles. These items in particular will raise a certain stat or raise even accuracy or critical hit rates when it comes to saving yourself, so yeah, pretty good. The top market actually has something important. In fact, you want to buy something from the vending machine. You want to buy one of each. Trust me on this one. You're going to need to buy one of each anyway. Alright, there we go. And good. This is a trainer, believe it or not, but she's so mature she drives me nuts. I'm thirsty. I want something to drink. Give her a drink? Sure. Fresh water. Yay, fresh water. Thank you. You can have this from me. TM16 from the little girl. TM16's Light Screen. It's a move that weakens the power of special moves of your target. Alright, let's give her the next item. Soda Pop. Yay, Soda Pop. Thank you. You can have this from me. TM20. This contains Safeguard. It is a move that prevents status problems from happening to a Pokemon. Really useful when you want to keep yourself from getting status conditioned. Lemonade. The last one, Lemonade, can give you the next one being Reflect. Reflect is a move that weakens the physical attacks, which is actually pretty good for specials. So, I actually did want to teach a Light Screen move to a Pokemon. Light Screen, in particular, is actually quite useful in the defensive points, and I want to teach it to Sparky, because guess what? Sparky is very fast. Let's give Tailwhip out, because Tailwhip's not exactly serving any points of Sparky at all. And now it learns the move Light Screen. With that Light Screen in hand, we actually have the ability to reflect special attacks very easily, and we won't have to get hurt as often. Reflect does the same thing, however, none of the Pokemon can learn it, and Safeguard, unfortunately, same thing. You can't learn any of it. With that, we pretty much learned a good amount of moves, and I don't really need to worry about it too much. So, in fact, since I did that, I don't really need many moves besides that for Sparky, but for now, there are some moves that Sparky can learn by level up that I would like to teach it. We can use the elevator to get back all the way down, though. Now we go back to first floor. Alright, so continuing on, we gotta still walk, unfortunately. I really missed the time where actually you can run in buildings. Kinda sucks, but whatever, what can you do about it? There are areas around the map that you can go to. You're like, oh, I'll try to catch my coin for prize. Yeah, you kinda can't cash in the prizes yet. In fact, I'd recommend outright, you're going to have to wait on that. I'm actually going to talk about that later in the next episode because, frankly, it's a long process of the casinos and Game Corner because, frankly, it's one of the longest things in this game. So, yeah, kind of sucks. There's actually something around here, if memory serves me correctly. Oh. Oh, right, I probably can't find it because I don't have the item finder. Great. If you go behind the Pokemon Mansion, you go all the way up. All the way to the tippy top, in fact, because you're actually have to climb all the way up for this. There's a dang building here, which is actually quite good because I know everything. If you go in this building, there's a guy here. There's nothing I can know. No, I wrote that on the blackboard. I know that the world of Pokemon in Game Boy Advance. Get the other friends and enjoy trading Pokemon. One listener playing a wireless adapter, which is the one here. Essentially, just talks about everything. But this item in particular contains a Pokemon. To obtain an Eevee. No. Eevee is the evolution Pokemon. In this generation, it has 5 evolutions. However, 2 of the evolutions are not available for Fire Red, Leaf Green because, frankly, unfortunately, you cannot get access to day or night cycles in this game. So, Umbreon and Espeon are completely unavailable. So, Eevee is an evolution Pokemon. It's actually one of the Pokemon I'm going to talk about a little bit. But first, Eevee itself, by its standard, is not exactly that perfect of a Pokemon. It's actually a better startup Pokemon. But for now, I would say outright, you're better off getting it to evolve immediately. By the way, there's also an Ether behind the stores over here. It evolves into 3 evolutions. Let's talk about the first one being Flareon. I'll be very blunt. Do not pick Flareon. The reason I say don't pick Flareon is there are better fire types out there, and unfortunately, Flareon is known for its physical attack and not its special. So, unfortunately, Flareon won't exactly do as much damage as you may hope to want to do, because, frankly, it does only physical attacks. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. Flareon itself are pretty much one of the Pokemon that I would say outright that there are better options out there. So, besides that, though, Flareon is decent if you want to have physical attacker. It can learn, like, high-damaging physical attacks like Double Edge and whatnot, but there are better options out there for later. The other Pokemon being Vaporeon. It's known for its HP bulk and water typing. I'd actually recommend it because Vaporeon is actually going to be very good. So, Vaporeon itself is actually known for its high physical bulk, and it's actually capable of taking a lot of hits. It's actually good on the special side as well. If you want a water type, Vaporeon is a Pokemon that I'd recommend outright. Next up would be the last one being Jolteon, high-speed electric type. And in fact, I was considering this Pokemon. The problem is, when you get it, it's level 25, so you won't be able to teach it any electric type moves. In fact, the sad thing is of the Eevee evolutions is the fact that Eevee itself has gotten to level 25 when it learns electric type move at 16. Meaning it's going to basically have to wait a while before it can learn a first electric type move. So, unfortunately, a lot of the Eevee evolutions have that same problem in this game. They won't learn any other special attack moves besides Vaporeon learning an ice type move early on, but besides that, Jolteon is a good option if you want to catch Pokemon, and it's actually one of the fastest electric types in the game. It will be actually one of the better ones if you want to pick for catching. You unfortunately have to focus on TMs for that Pokemon. Eevee's biggest weakness, though, of course, is just the fact that you cannot get any other way to, well, get the Pokemon outright. So, besides that, let's talk to this guy. What am I going to do? Someone stole our stuff skill. The thief came running this way, I'm sure of it. I lost sight of him. Where'd he go? I don't know at all. We can actually do anything we want, but besides that, we could look for the Slipscope, or we can actually do that right now. In fact, we can actually find the Slipscope very quickly. I will talk about the casino next time, but for now, though, we're actually going to be doing something else entirely. Hello, Rocket Grunt. I'm guarding this poster. Go away or else. You are too sus for your own good. It's your own fault, Team Rocket Grunt. Eradicate. Drag, alright. Games to drag some level ups, so let's actually do some damage. Ember. Vertical hit. That Eradicate went down and obliterated. Man, Eradicate is not as good as it used to be. Zubat. The only reason I haven't evolved Sparky yet is because there are some level up moves that Sparky can learn by level up that I'd like to teach it. Because once you evolve it to fully to Raichu, it does not gain any level up moves. Kinda sucks. It doesn't even gain moves like Thunder and whatnot. It's kinda stuck about it. So, Rocket's defeated. Dang! Alright, he's done. He's given up. Rocket Hideout might just be discovered. I bet it tells to the boss. He vanished. Hey, a switch behind the poster. Let's push it. So we could go there, but we're not going to do that yet. In fact, that is something I wanted to open up to you, all of you, later. So let's actually end this off right here for now. The only reason I'm doing this early now is because, frankly, the short episodes require because we're using to get into Celadon and show off Celadon City itself. So let's end this off right here. Next time on Pokemon LeafGreen, we'll be checking out the game corner and going into that secret rocket hideout. See you all next time.